Foxes are mainly nocturnal mammals and spend the hours of darkness hunting for and scavenging food. They can live up to 12 to 15 years, but life expectancy in urban areas is much shorter and most foxes survive for up to 2 or 3 years. The number of foxes being drawn to urban living is thought to have increased significantly in the last 2 decades, but no study has been undertaken to assess the population since 1995. The Daily Telegraph is now carrying out a survey to find out how many are living in urban areas. The count will examine how foxes are becoming bolder, as an increasing number of homeowners are reporting finding animals intruding into their homes and are no longer deterred by humans.
I'm here in Canterbury in the Dane John Gardens. I've only been here for 30 minutes and already I've seen 3 foxes. Now, unfortunately, we were too slow to get the foxes in the shop, but there is clear evidence that they are here.
Foxes became common in British cities as rapid urban development expanded into the countryside. They have adapted to residential areas with back gardens providing shelter, prey and sometimes food from human handouts. Recently, stories have surfaced in the media about attacks on humans by foxes.
Now, a 1-month-old baby boy is recovering after he was attacked by a fox at his home in southeast London. The little boy was dragged from his cot by the animal, which tore off his finger. He was taken to hospital, where surgeons managed to reattach it. The Mayor of London, Boris Johnson, urged local councils to do more to tackle the problem of urban foxes, calling them a pest and a menace.
Foxes are chicken's greatest natural predator. Poultry farmer Daniel Wood has had first-hand experience of how dangerous foxes can be.
Foxes are a nuisance because they destroy the stock and come out at night and take all your best stock. First experience I had was many years ago when they ripped out all my ducks. I wish there wasn't any around, but in an ideal world, that isn't going to be.
The Fox Project is a charity-based service that treats injured foxes and then releases them back into the urban environment where they were found.
In here we can cater for 10 foxes. We've got 10 cages, shorelines as they call them, which if it really came down to it we could divide into 2. So we could cater for 20 in here if it really came down to it.
Lucy Morris is one of the charity's ambulance drivers and fundraisers, and she rescues foxes on a daily basis.
Basically en route to go and collect a cub from the Orpington area. This particular cub was found wandering down a street, and a member of the public picked up the cub and took it into the local vets. So basically we're going to go and collect the cub from the local vets and check him over, bring him into our care, and hopefully we can join him in with a group of other cubs of a similar age, so he's not all on his own. Every day is different. Some days are very quiet on the phones and rescues, etc. And other days are you're rushed off your feet, almost foxes coming out of your ears.
Trevor Williams is the director of the charity. He says members of the public are sceptical about the stories in the middle market papers.
We only have to work at the Fox Project to see just how much effect it has, because we're getting phone calls throughout of those situations, and the majority of phone calls, emails, letters are coming in, and they don't even mention those cases. And those that do are sort of going, I don't believe that story, whatever. And even members of the public come to us and ask for advice on fox deterrence. You know, they don't want foxes in the garden. Even some of those are coming through and going, I want some advice on how I can stop foxes pooing in the garden. But it's not that I'm worried about that story in the paper, because I don't believe that. So even people that don't like foxes didn't believe it.
The highest density of foxes are found to be living in cities. The University of Bristol's Mammal Research Unit say there are around 33,000 urban foxes living in Britain. But the Veterinary Association for Wildlife Management says urban foxes still account for only 14% of the population. Wildlife deterrence expert John Bryant believes a cull on foxes would be pointless.
I'm fairly satisfied that some of these attacks actually happen. People in the movement and the animal welfare movement don't like me admitting that, but I mean, I think you have to accept that there are cases, there are bound to be cases. We've now got Boris Johnson, the Mayor of London, talking about culling urban foxes. You don't solve anything by killing them. You might go a week, you might go 2 weeks and say, oh, isn't it great the foxes have gone, we're not being woken up in the middle of the night with their screams, and then suddenly they're back.
Lethal control is one potential solution to the problem of fox deterrence. This can be done by using animal repellent to get rid of foxes in the garden. It's down to the homeowner if foxes really are causing them a problem in the garden. But what do the general public think of these British native animals?
They scare me in the street because they're fearless. There's one when I get the train home late at night, it stands in the street like this. And I clap my hands and try and make it go away. You know, and I just think it's just a shame they can't be somewhere where they can be beautiful and uninterfered with and stop interfering with humans.
I think they're dangerous if you're a farmer, because I can understand they kill people like chickens and stuff, but at the same time I don't think it should be illegal to just to hunt them for fun.
I think the foxes are dangerous. I never met a fox, but I don't think they're dangerous.
Whether you love them or hate them, it seems the subject of foxes will be an issue of debate for some time.